With 10.2 now a viable release candidate on the PTR, I'm kind of sad that we're not seeing some adjustments made to certain affixes. That being Incorporeal and Afflicted. Those are the two newest ones. I understand people in the comments are going to put delete Sanguine. I'm sure you are. But Sanguine's been around long enough and has been nerfed enough that I really don't think it's going anywhere or is it's not going to see many changes. But Incorp and Afflicted are very new. We just got introduced to those last season, and I think there's some changes that they can make this affix set a lot better for just the general population of WoW. Now, disclaimer. These two affixes are incredibly easy in organized group compositions. Afflicted is basically a joke with 5 people in comms and people that know what they're doing. Fully agree. Incorp, while annoying, is not a difficult affix. The difficulty with these affixes rely mostly in the pug world, where you have to get people to force themselves out of their, I copy this build on this website, I put it in WoW, I never change it. And then if they do that, you have to get them to either use their dispel or use that CC to be able to deal with the affix, which is a whole other ballgame itself. A lot of the trouble with these affixes come with pugging. And unfortunately, pugging is how most people get their Mythic Plus done, right? It's not as many. If you look at the Pug Finder, there's way more people doing Pug Finder groups, most likely, than organized groups as a whole. But we're going to start with Incorp today. So Incorporeal is the enemy mob. It casts an ability that will make you do 50% less damage and 50% less healing. And it needs to have, the easiest way to deal with this is some sort of long chain CC. So Sleepwalk, Hibernate, Hex, Blind, Control Undead, Shackle the Undead, anything like Dominate Mind. I'm not going to go through every single one, but there's a lot of easy ways to deal with this unless you are a warrior, which has the worst way to deal with it, but at least it's a way. And then you have Unholy DK, who doesn't have anything at all because controlling undead means you lose literally all of your damage, which is fully laughable for this to be dealt with. And again, for an organized group, Incorp is really not that bad. A problem with Incorp is most of these CCs do require some sort of cast time. So you need to quick reaction. You need to be on the ball. And I think a pretty easy fix for Incorporeal is just make any sort of single target. I understand not AoE stuns, but any sort of single target stun just deals with the affix. Everyone now has an easy way that they can deal with it, and it can just work out well. If you miss it, you miss it, and you still get punished for it. But this way, everyone's on the same level playing field of just being able to deal with it. A warrior can Stormbolt. A DK can just asphyxiate. Imprison, para. There's so many single target stuns that you can do so without disrupting certain CC chains that you may need, or things to work around like that, and still be able to get the job done and still feel like a fun affix that punishes everyone equally. And it's a very simple fix, really. I think if they made that implementation, it could actually just be a good affix. It's something everyone needs to worry about equally, and everyone is on equal footing to be able to do that. Pretty simple fix. That's what I would have liked to see forth going into 10.2. Unfortunately, we're not seeing any changes. The next one, and the bigger one, is Afflicted, because it excludes so many people from group and party compositions just due to the fact that they don't have a dispel. So Afflicted is the friendly mob that comes up. It has a poison, disease, curse, and you need one of those affixes to be able to remove you need one of those dispels to be able to remove the affix from play completely. There's a couple of problems with this. Number one is a lot of people relegate this to a healer affix, which is completely the wrong way to look at it, in my opinion. Healers have been having, by dungeon design, their dispel put in way more mandatory use all of the time. There are certain pulls in, say, Vortex Pinnacle, where managing their healer magic dispel is absolutely critical to the party surviving, especially once you start getting into higher levels. The Gust Soldiers put that just nasty magic dot on people, and without Mass Dispel, a healer literally has to manage their dispel on what to heal and things like that, and it is taken for the entirety of that pull. And if an Afflicted comes up, They're not put in a position between let's heal the afflicted or heal the guy with the magic dot that I don't have a dispel for. And the easiest way to do this is DPS and tanks just grab your dispels. Just grab your dispels and use them. Like, it's not complicated, but doing this is probably the better way to view about it. Is this is actually a DPS affix to learn to help your healers. But the WoW community is a little bent, and whenever a healer can do something, it gets relegated to a healer affix for some odd reason, which is the most flawed logic I think I've ever heard in my life. But, like, whatever. It's not up to the healer to heal up every single afflicted, and it's not up to the healer to dispel every afflicted either. Help out. But this excludes so many people. Warrior, DKs, Death Knights, Rogues, Warlocks. Am I missing some? I'm pretty sure I'm missing some along the way. But now you're stuck in a group, in a social game, where you're trying to find people to run your group, and you get what you seem to be a qualified maybe warrior in your group, but you already you already have a hunter. Oh yeah, hunter. You already have a hunter, and you already have a rogue, and a warrior wants to come in, and you're like, dude, we don't have the space for you. I would like to take you on any other given week, but you don't have a dispel. So womp womp, you can't come, which is a really stupid idea to have in the game, right? To actually exclude like 40% of the classes simply because Blizzard has not given them an ability to deal with this affix is just really dumb. And like I said, this is a very easy affix to deal in organized groups, and you can easily get away with it, but man, pugging this affix really does suck. Because so many people don't use it, so you kind of want to stack. Like, when I'm pugging a full group as a tank, I'm stacking as many dispels as I can. Even if I have one and I know I'm going to get every single one I can. The reason why is I don't know which one of them are actually going to use the affix and which one are going to, just take it to get into groups and never use it. And that happens a lot. And that is a WoW player problem. That's a WoW community problem, for sure. That's not a WoW Blizzard problem. Fix this. But the fact that Blizzard is actively excluding so many people from being able to play Afflicted, get punished for it equally just the same whether you have an affix or dispel or not, is definitely a problem. And there are some fixes to this. One of the fixes that a good friend of the community, Zing, has mentioned is make an item that's purchasable. You can put the vendor inside the dungeon if you want. Make him a couple of silver and give you an item that lets you buy an ability that dispels the affix. That's it. This can free up the healer dispel for what they need, and this could give everyone equal footing to deal with the affix. Do you have any idea how much I would love this on my warrior, who I actively feel bad pugging on this week? Now it is Afflicted week, because I can't do anything. I can't help. I love helping as a tank. I love getting Afflicted and Incorp and making sure that everything is going smooth to the best of my ability. If you saw some of my runs from the streams the other night, I am actively on Afflicted. Like, I am usually in contention for the #1 dispels. By the end of the dungeon, I am trying to get it. And then I'm on my warrior and I'm like, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. What can I do? Fuck all. It sucks. And this includes DH and Demon Hunter. Doesn't even, like, I really don't ever want to DPS on my Rogue or my Warlock on these weeks. And there is an easy fix. And I think Afflicted would just be an insanely easier affix if they included a way for literally everyone to easily do this. And you can do that by, like I said, buying an item that allows you to have a dispel, and it only works on Afflicted. It doesn't work on anything else, but it gives you that. Or you're going to have to fundamentally change how Afflicted works, right? Warriors, if warriors could intervene the Afflicted and they go away because you were intervened, they were helped in some sort of way, great. If you know what I mean? I'm just spitballing, but you have to have some sort of idea to give everyone equal footing to be able to deal with this affix, because when you have an affix that punishes everyone, but not everyone has the means of dealing with it at all, that's where things just become not fun at all and start to become problematic. But that is the video for today. I really hoped to see some changes to Afflicted. Like, comment, subscribe, Patreon link down below, all that fun stuff. What do you guys think about Incorp and Afflicted? And of course, delete Sanguine. Comment that in the box below, because I know people are anyway. Happy tanking. Bye.